I agree. I'm a little bit biased, but thank you. He's on fire. First time donor, now a monthly donor. You know what? I really appreciate that, Mr. Burns, because that's what we're all about. This is how we get our message out. There's not another way. We collect donations, we go to these rallies, and we show you what happens, unedited, unscripted, raw. Because the media, CNN's got their camera pointed the other way right now. We've got a huge crowd of camera pointed the entire other way. CBS, same thing. They're not going to. Remember, if you'd like to donate to us, please go rsbnetwork.com/donate. You can donate in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter. You can follow me at Real A Caldwell, and you can follow RSBN on Twitter at RSB Network on Twitter. Give us a follow, guys. Give us some likes. Follow up with us. We'll tell you guys when the next rallies are going to be. We can tell you where you can go, what time they're going to be, where you can watch them. You can watch them on our YouTube channel. You can watch them on Facebook. A few people also broadcast them on Facebook. Right now, I believe we're on Diamond and Silk's Facebook page. Diamond and Silk, two wonderful conservative women, two young, beautiful conservative women. We love them tremendously here at Right Side Broadcasting. Hope to do an interview with them someday. I think we have in the past before. I haven't yet, but we'll see what ends up happening someday. So please, guys, give us a watch, give us a follow. We'll let you guys know when the next rallies are going to be, and we'll keep you updated on all of that. Right now, this enthusiasm is crazy. We've got more people coming in, more and more people just pouring in, wearing those MAGA hats, coming in. So much enthusiasm and energy here, guys. The people who waited outside in the dry Nevada desert heat. And I'm telling you guys, it's not an easy thing to do. You're standing there all day. You're wearing a lot of clothes that are hot and heavy. It's really hot. You're standing on pavement. The sun is beating directly on you. You don't really get a bathroom break. Sometimes it's hard to find water. And yet, these people devoted their whole day to do this. Because that's how much they support the president. Everybody says he doesn't have any support. He doesn't have an army, but it looks like he's got a big one here in Nevada. And despite what the media says, saying that Biden is going to carry this state, no problems whatsoever, I don't believe it. I don't think Biden is going to win it here. After seeing it, before today, I thought, you know what, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Nevada, but after seeing this, I think it's going to be a different story. I think we're going to end up seeing a victory here, and it's going to be a good night for him here in Nevada. I think he's going to do fairly well here. But we got a lot of people here just coming in, wearing all these MAGA hats. What a sight to see. It's like a red ocean out here. So many people sitting down. I was saying, in the next hour, it's going to be packed. And this, I'm telling you, this peaceful protest, as we like to call it, very peaceful. Lots of people, lots of love here, lots of positivity, lots of energy. Something you don't ever see at Joe Biden. And we're showing you all that right here, like the media refuses to ever do. Right now, with their cameras all pointed the other way. So just continue to support us so we can keep showing you guys everything that's happening here. But the party, the Democrat Party, they've taken such a turn within the last even year. Just they've gone from being somewhat sensible, even though they were progressive, they were more sensible than they were now. But now they've gone to Bernie Sanders land. Reagan said that if fascism ever came to America, it'd come in the name of liberalism. That is exactly what you have seen coming out of this. A lot of people, violence happening in the streets, people murdering each other. That is exactly what happens in fascism. Shutting down free speech. You're not allowed to have your own opinion if it's not the left opinion. Because, they're all for free speech. But freedom of thought, not allowed to happen. You can only have free speech if you're all thinking the same thing, if you're all saying the same thing, what you hear on the mainstream media, which, we're Americans. We're built on freedom of thought, freedom of ideas, freedom of speech. And it's a shame that we're not allowed to always express that. But tonight, I think people have just thrown that out the window, and they've come here anyways. I haven't seen any protesters at all yet, other than these peaceful protesters that you see around me waiting for President Trump to speak. But we've got a lot of people out here just waiting to see him, waving their hats, chanting 4 more years. But a lot of these leftist policies coming straight out of Venezuela. They have more in common with Stalin, Marx, Mao Zedong than they do with JFK or your grandfather's Democrat Party. We saw Venezuela, one of the most prosperous countries out there, only a few decades ago. Rich in oil, rich in natural resources. And now you have people out there who are eating rodents in the streets, they're living on the streets, they're homeless, and you've got a dictator, Nicolas Maduro, refusing to step down from office. And it's really a shame. And you know what? I think fascism and communism are basically two sides of the same coin, and that's exactly what they're advocating for. Is communism, socialism, liberalism. That is how it is happening. You know, the only thing I will ever be liberal on is the amount of sunscreen I put on myself as a redheaded guy with blue eyes. Because it's hot out here, and I had to put a lot earlier to stand out here. Last time I did that, I got fairly burnt. So today I came a little bit better prepared so that I could report this to you without looking bright red. But yeah, we're out here just showing you all this. But Trump has done a heck of a lot for this country. In 3 years, his slogan, promises made, promises kept, could not be any truer. He has protected our First Amendment. For instance, an executive order on free speech on college campuses where students couldn't exercise free speech without facing scrutiny. He signed that executive order. He's protected our Second Amendment. He's been taking down laws that have restricted us on certain things. He's been really good at protecting our Second Amendment. He is not advocating for taking away our guns like the left is advocating for. He's appointed justices, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, who have gone through a lot to sit on our Supreme Court, especially Justice Kavanaugh. He's appointed 2 very good conservative justices to protect our Second Amendment and to protect our unborn. And we might be seeing a few new Supreme Court cases here on abortion very soon. Breyer and Ginsburg, both getting very old. We could see if President Trump wins, when President Trump wins another 4 more years, we could see 2 more justices put on the Supreme Court, reshaping our Supreme Court for the better. Prior to coronavirus, we had the lowest unemployment rate ever since World War II, and we'll do it again. That's exactly what President Trump did the first time. We will do it again. When COVID hit, I think we went up to about 15%. And in a few months, we've gone down to about 8%, and it's getting lower. The media never predicted that that would happen. They assumed it was going to keep going up and up and up, but it has been continually going down and down even more. So we'll see what it's going to look like on election day. My guess, anywhere from 5 to 6% at the rate that it's been going, which is fairly impressive considering it took a whole pandemic and shutting down our whole economy to get us to that level. And you know what? The stock market has been at a record high, especially right now. It's been doing fantastic under President Trump during all of this when the economy has been the way it is. But it took an entire global pandemic, shutting down our entire economy to get back to Barack Obama's best day in office in the stock market, which I find incredible.
Just drink the whole bottle or don't bother.
How bad the economy was under President Obama. When he says that Trump inherited a good economy, I don't think so. I think it's far the opposite. If we can just remember what life was like back when he was president, how we had issues with money. We didn't have a lot of money because we were being taxed at such a high rate. Unemployment. So many people leaving the workforce, a record amount of people leaving the workforce. Your premiums on healthcare, paying sometimes over 100% on your premiums. If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. We all know how that turned out. And we all know how that will turn out if Joe Biden ends up, God forbid, winning the presidency. President Trump also had the lowest African American unemployment in history. He passed the First Step Act. He passed opportunity zones, which gave investors a chance to invest in lower income neighborhoods that under Barack Obama never happened. He lowered the price of pharmaceuticals after Congress refused to do so. Other countries charging significantly less than what we were paying for the same drug. He artificially lowered drug prices for Americans. And our 401k is going up, the stock market going way up, and again, an entire pandemic to go back to Barack Obama's best day in office. And recently, President Trump created a peace deal between Israel and the UAE, which got him nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. And nobody ever thought that he was going to get that, but he ended up getting a Nobel Peace Prize for that, and Obama got one for essentially nothing. So President Trump, unlike President Obama, earned his Nobel Peace Prize from a record-breaking peace deal. President Trump built over 100 miles of wall on our southern border. He said he was going to build a wall. Congress refused to work with him on it. One of the things that happened when he first got into the presidency is a lot of the rhinos in Congress refused to work with him on it. And he didn't end up getting to get a lot of it done. But through executive orders and just doing it himself, because let's face it, he is the one thing standing between us and losing a lot of our rights. The man has built over 100 miles of wall when they said that that was not possible. Countless regulations being slashed, bringing back energy, manufacturing jobs that Barack Obama said wasn't possible. He said, you need a magic wand to bring those jobs back. They're never coming back. Well, bibbidi bobbidi boo, they're back. All of these energy jobs making us energy independent again, so we don't have to fight these endless wars over oil in the Middle East like we always had to do under, as Biden says, the Biden-Obama administration or prior administrations, where we're always fighting over oil in the Middle East, losing soldiers. You know, Biden says he respects soldiers, but he sent how many of them to go die in the Middle East over oil? President Trump taking so many soldiers out of the Middle East and making us energy independent so that we don't have to fight these endless wars and lose our boys in blue out in the Middle East. We've defeated ISIS. Remember under President Obama, ISIS attacks happening almost daily. We'd have places over in Europe being bombed or shot up daily. We'd have places, San Bernardino, Orlando, shot to pieces over ISIS. ISIS attacks, when's the last time we've seen them? They're gone. President Trump has cut the head off of ISIS. He destroyed them. He killed Baghdadi, the leader of ISIS, who the Washington Post called an austere religious scholar. Listen to this. The head of ISIS, the Washington Post called him, when he died, an austere religious scholar. Fake news. That is the definition of fake news. He killed an Iranian terrorist. Trump killed an Iranian terrorist through an airstrike. Qasem Soleimani, a man who Biden also said Trump shouldn't have killed, and this man was not a good man at all. Lots of roadside bombs blowing up, mutilating a lot of our men who are serving our country. Trump killed him. Biden said he shouldn't have killed him. Biden also said we shouldn't have gone after bin Laden. A lot of Democrats also saying, by the way, that Trump shouldn't have gone after Soleimani, but the real thing here, Biden said we shouldn't have gone after bin Laden. Even Obama thought we should have gone after bin Laden, and he did. He did go after bin Laden. But Biden not going after bin Laden. Imagine how foreign policy is going to be under Joe Biden as president. What you're going to get in his foreign policy. Somebody attacks us. Do you think we're going to retaliate? If North Korea bombs us for some reason, if for some reason peace falls through with them, do you think that Joe Biden is able to mediate that? My guess, probably not. President Trump also passed an executive order for stimulus packages after the Democrats would not work with the Republicans in Congress to help get one passed. They kept trying to pass the HEROES Act, and a lot of times you'll see on their social media saying things such as, the HEROES Act is going to save everybody from COVID. President Trump is not going to pass it. Leader McConnell, not going to pass it. How horrible if they don't do this. They're monsters. The HEROES Act has nothing to do with coronavirus, though. I read the HEROES Act. Free illegal immigrants from detainment, give stimulus to illegal immigrants, prohibit voter ID, call for a national mail-in ballot mandate. So nothing to do with coronavirus. And yet they say that President Trump is a monster and Mitch McConnell is a monster for not wanting to pass that. It has nothing to do with COVID. So it's amazing that that's how the media is beginning to spin things, saying how President Trump hasn't been wanting to help people with that. But he passed his own stimulus package after they refused to do so. People getting their taxes cut so that they could save more money, people getting unemployment in the mail still, and the media just doesn't want to cover that. So since they refuse to do it, I will tell you guys about it, because you're not going to see that on a lot of the mainstream media. So now I'm going to read off some more of our donations, because as I was talking, I'm seeing a lot of donations coming in, which we really appreciate from you guys. I gotta go find them. We're getting so many. I gotta scroll and find a lot of them. Just getting so many in right now. And guys, I'm telling you, this helps us so much. We would not be able to do all of this without you guys. So I thank you all for all of your support. So from Julia Harris, she says, thank you for doing what you do. Hashtag Trump 2020. Thank you, Julia. I appreciate your donation very much. From Elsa, she says, God save America, Trump 2020. Thank you, Elsa, for your donation as well. It helps us out tremendously. From Russ, he says, let's get this nightmare over. Trump 2020. And you know what, Russ? Let's get this nightmare over. We gotta reelect the man. So thank you for your donation. From the Hazel family, thank you, Hazels. They say, thank you for bringing us unfiltered reporting. We love our president. God bless you. And God bless you too, Hazel family. Thank you so much for your donation. From Ann Frizzoli, she says, God bless you, Trump, and Right Side Broadcasting. MAGA victory, November 3rd, 2020. Ann and Mike, thank you very much. Ann and Mike, we really appreciate your donation here. From Danica Series, she says, President Trump is such a blessing. I believe he was put on this path for a purpose. To keep us as a beacon of hope for the world. Just look on the peace deals in the Middle East. Keep on trumping. So thank you very much, Danica. We really appreciate your donation there. From Phyllis, thank you very much for your donation here. We appreciate every bit that we can get to help us continue to go to these. From Salvatore Perenio, thank you for your donation as well. Every bit helps. From Tracy Pangborn, she says, God bless RSB for your honest coverage. And God bless this great USA. Trump 2020. Michigan loves Trump. And you know, that Michigan rally he was having, I believe yesterday or 2 days ago, I can't remember exactly when it was, but that was insane. The crowd there was massive. For again, they're saying he has no support in Michigan, where they're saying he's down tremendously in the polls. But then you go to his rally, and you see the Biden rally with maybe 8 to 10 people sitting in folding chairs, spaced out 6 feet apart. I mean, I don't know. I have more fingers on my hand than I do the number of attendees at the Biden rally. From Tony, he says, Trump 4 more years. Thank you, Tony, for your donation. From Donald B. Peck, he says, scanning the crowds at rallies is worth every penny. So thank you. We really appreciate all that. You know, that this crowd is absolutely massive, and it's growing and growing. Since we last showed you, I mean, we're getting tons of people in here right now. It is insane. And you know, we've got more people than shares out. Lots of people standing. They've been standing here all day. And they're just waiting for President Trump to speak now. But we've got a lot of people here right now just ready to support him. Lots of people ready to see him speak. He'll be speaking at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So that's probably about 2 hours from now. President Trump is going to be speaking to us and all of his supporters here at his peaceful protest in Nevada here today, a little bit outside of Carson City. Tomorrow he'll be at a little bit outside of Las Vegas, and I believe he'll also be speaking at about 7 p.m. Pacific time. Our host, Liz Willis, a wonderful reporter who also works for us. Many of you know her. She's been here a very long time. She's a very, very talented reporter. She'll be speaking tomorrow at that event. So let's all pray for her, wish her luck there tomorrow. And she'll get to see him speaking there a little bit outside of Las Vegas, 7 p.m. Pacific time. From Rhonda Warwick, she says, doing a great job, young man. Love how you openly praise God and Trump. Because of that, I know my monthly donation is so worth it. Well done. You know what? I really appreciate that, Miss Warwick. You know, we should never be afraid to praise God. I think we need to do it more often. You know, I definitely need to do it more often. Sometimes I forget just how blessed I am. And then I really stop and think about it. There's so many blessings, so many good things I've got going on in my life. And we all need to really sit and pray for each other, pray for America, pray for President Trump. Because God is the one thing that can help us more than anything and help us get ourselves back on track here. Help President Trump get us back on track here. Another donation from Rohit Aliha. Thank you very much for your donation here.
Which one do you like better?
Kang Nguyen. He says,
This
keep America
one.
great. God bless our country and President Donald J. Trump.
Or this
Thank you
one.
very much for your donation there. And from Chuck, he says, thank you for airing Trump 2020. You're welcome. We're always happy to help air this, go to these rallies and show you what's going on. From Marsha Sebrio, she says, I'm a Cuban American. You guys
I think
are
the
great.
second one.
Thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank
I
you.
love President Trump.
Why
Thank
is
you
it?
so much for your donation.
What did
Marsha.
I just
Really,
do?
really
What did you just learn about me?
From Billy
No,
Rhodes, it says, you guys
so
at
Kelsey made a
RSBN
card for
are doing a
her
bang-up job. I'm thinking
uncle.
Trump not only
Mhm.
wants Nevada,
And
but
she
also
wasn't
picks up
sure.
Minnesota.
Oh, she just wanted an opinion.
And I
Possibly
said the
New
first
Mexico.
one,
You
and
know,
she liked the second
I gotta
one.
agree with
And I
that.
said, I'll
He
ask
didn't win.
Zach.
I thought this was some kind of like cognitive test that like it was gonna turn out that I would have been a Nazi in like 19 whatever's Germany if I picked the second one.
You know, it's not what that was.
I think a
Oh,
lot
it was the
of
first
people
one?
are
Baby!
Or even a lot of Hillary voters are gonna say, I can't vote for Joe Biden.
Help.
You're
I can't vote
welcome.
for what's been going on when these Democrats have refused to address this problem. We pay for police, but they're not allowed to help us. You want to confront our police. You want
It's all bad. It all went bad. And the third one that I just opened is just plain old bad. I don't think I like wine.
New Hampshire, same situation.
Yeah.
Hillary. This time around, Biden's performance in the primary in New Hampshire and Nevada,
It's true!
abysmal. Abysmal. I don't even think he got a single
COVID.
vote. So, I think a lot of people are going to hope for
No vid.
same thing in New Mexico. There's a lot of people not saying it's a swing state, but a lot of the support among Hispanics growing tremendously, more so than anybody had ever thought possible. And the media doesn't really want to tell you about that, but it's really been growing. And I think New Mexico could be a flip for him. Maybe even Colorado might be stretching it a little bit, but I think he has the chance to make it close or even win it if he did a landslide victory on election night. We'll see how everything goes from now. So far, I think he's on the right track. He's been doing a good job. He's really amped up his campaign a lot these past few months, really getting himself going forward, doing a lot better. So I think that he's going to make a lot of these states flip for him. From Emma, she says, 4 more years. We love you, President Trump. We love President Trump too here. We got to do our best to support President Trump. From Maggie and Lulu, they say, we
It's
are
a
so
cult.
grateful for RSBN. God bless you all for what you do. We love your red hair. You know what? As do I. It's a gift and a curse when the sun comes out. You know, I like it. I'm easy to spot in the crowd, but as soon as that sun comes out, I become bright red. So it's got its positives and it's got its negatives, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
See?
For Margaret,
White people have problems too. Black people don't get sunburns.
We've got a prayer coming up. We'll listen to that.
Dear Lord, today we ask your blessing on all who have gathered here. We are mindful of all the challenges that face our nation and our president at this time. We come before you with open minds and hearts and pray that your loving guidance will inspire our actions and guide our steps in fulfilling your plan for the people of this land and its resources. Be with us in the challenges that lie ahead, that by your grace we may walk in the light of your presence. We give thanks for all of you have given us and pledge ourselves to ever strive to do your will. Bless our president and his family for all the hard work to protect our freedom in the United States of America. And remember, we are a united country. May God bless America. Amen.
A wonderful prayer coming from center stage here. God really taking the stage at today's rally. A lot of people here very excited for God, for religion, and for President Trump.
Would you please rise and remove your hats as Dima Quinn, former First Lady of Nevada, leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hello, Nevada. I pledge allegiance.
To further honor our country, please welcome Alicia Alexis Walcott for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the rampart we watched, was so gallantly streaming, and the rockets went by, the bells bursting in air. Give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say
What?
does the
Yeah.
star-spangled
I'm recording it for journalism. They're giving us the raw, unfiltered news, baby. Oh, and they cheer still. Can't all be Alicia Keys, baby.
What a wonderful song coming from center stage tonight. One of the most beautiful songs, I think.
Nevada GOP Chairman Michael J. McDonald. Well, Nevada, welcome to a peaceful protest. Say hi to the president. All right. They need to hear you all the way down south in Las Vegas, all the way up in Elko. There's some people before we start you have to know to make this happen. You have to know that the governor told us we are not having rallies in Nevada. I not silence your voice. They will not silence your vote. You have to make sure they hear you. In Nevada, I want you to look to your left, your right, and behind you and tear out that person. You have to unite together to make sure we take back Nevada. This is not an election, ladies and gentlemen. We are at war. We are at war for democracy. This is what it's about. Each and every one of you own this campaign. Know this. You own this campaign. This is not about the president. They want you to kneel. They want your voices silenced. Do not let that happen. I have seen Joe Biden's America up close and personal 2 weeks ago in Washington, D.C. They made the mistake to push our seniors around. They made the mistake of calling out our people that went there to support our president. They said, Joe Biden 2020. We kept walking. They pushed us. They said, if you want to get by, you have to kneel. I'm still here. We don't kneel. Know one thing, ladies and gentlemen. It took a lot of people to put this together. Our governor said it will not happen. He moved it place and place again. But because of you, and because of our great sheriff in this county, how many were you at the BLM march in Minden County? That was a mistake. But unite, ladies and gentlemen. The president has put so much on the line for you. Know this. He believes in Nevada. We are the White House of the West. You need to show your love for this man and get out and vote. Push back. Do not take it anymore. God bless you.
At this time, please welcome the former Attorney General of Nevada, Adam Laxalt.
This is what they're watching, all right? And they're pumped up. And look where they end. Look what their last message is. Go out and vote. Now, is the Democratic Party feeling particularly pumped up right now? No, we don't. Because we are aboard, to use my 7th grade vocabulary sheet, to see the country in this sad fascist state. This idiot says earlier in the video that fascism and communism are two sides of the same coin. No, you fucking moron, they're just the same. The other side of that coin is fucking capitalism, you fucking morons. It's all in how something is used. An oligarchy is fine if the families look out for those that they govern, but as soon as they start looking out for themselves only, guess what? Fucking lazy, uneducated chumps. I went to a liberal arts school and I studied theater, so you bet I read Ibsen. And Fauci is the enemy of the people. Dr. Stockman knows that the baths are poisoned. And he tells the mayor, Mayor, I know we've been really working hard on getting these bath houses ready for this summer. Gonna be a big tourist attraction, but I just found out that there's E. coli in the water, so we really can't open it. And the mayor's like, oh my gosh, that's terrible. Thank you so much for telling me. I'll speak with my people and we're gonna take care of this. Dr. Stockman's like, great. Thank you so much, goes away. Then a few more days pass, and he's hasn't heard anything. The mayor hasn't heard any statements. And long story short, the mayor, the press, the media, they all think that it's terrible that there's E. coli in the water, but in the end, they're motivated by their image and their money. And they back out. And they say, oh no, it's fine. It'll be totally fucking fine. I mean, there's just a play by some fucking Middle Eastern guy or whatever, I don't know. Henrik Ibsen, ever heard of him? People will make assumptions off of nothing. Nothing. Because they already believe what they're gonna believe. There's no talking to them. There's no persuading them because their mind is already made up because they're always right. And now they just get to say that Trump is always right. That's why they don't have a platform. It's just, we like Trump. Yeah, because no matter what he says, his actions tell the story of a man who cares about no one but himself and his legacy, and is willing to hurt as many people out of apathy or straight up disdain and hate. Because no one matters but him. I literally think that he thinks he's in a simulation where no one has like a heart or feelings except for you. It's literally just a game. And the goal is just to get as much money, fame, and power as you can. And if you die and hand on all of that to your eldest born, to Junior, then you win. I think that's how he perceives the world. Because if he does, he's doing a very good job. He is indeed the gold medalist. #1, high score. Because he doesn't care about any of us. And he doesn't care about his children. He just cares about his name and his power. And it's so depressing that so many of you don't see it. If you lived here, you'd have seen it and you'd recognize it. But you're just a fucking sucker. And you'll find out soon enough when they come knocking at your fucking door.